Hello, JBot back for a video. I know it's been a year. I am sorry. I've been really busy. I wasn't able to do the Power Ranger Megazord videos that I mentioned in the last video. Unfortunately, I got just too busy with stuff at the time. I was preparing to get married. I am now happily married. But that took a lot of my time, moving stuff between where I was to where I am now, and it's just gone by the wayside. I have tried to do other videos, but with one thing or another, it's just not happened. I am planning to do other stuff, including one that I've been on about on my channel for years, involving Star Wars, that I will be doing very soon. It may either be, well, it will probably be both on this channel and my wife's channel. She has a channel as well that you will see. I will link you to in the next video. I'm not going to do this one because it's going to be a rant. And this is a follow-on from my last eBay rant, the last video I did. The outcome was of the issue that I had with the item and the seller that I named and shamed in the last video, was after a lot of phone calls, a lot of arguing, a lot of messing about, and basically being blackmailed or attempted to be blackmailed by eBay before they'd actually look at my proof of what this seller was up to, which was essentially abusing the return system as well as everything else. I eventually got to keep the item and I got my money back in full. So, you know, it's not the way it should be. The system is completely shit. But, you know, there is ways and means around it, which gets onto what you're seeing at the moment. Yes, I've had more eBay problems. One recently that we'll get onto that is also links to my Star Wars video. But this is the one I had after the previous problem. I actually won this item, this Corgi Cadbury Slate truck. I do collect model cars, and I particularly wanted this one because originally I had this as a present when I was little from, I think it was my nan, and she got this one for me and either Cadbury's or Cadbury's Whisper one for my cousin. So it's got a sentimental value, and I was quite pleased when I found it on eBay. I thought, oh, I'll get that. This guy also had another similar truck that I liked, so I bid on both of them. I won it. I then asked him, right, do you do combined postage? And basically the answer was I should have asked him before the auctions had finished, even though I didn't know if I was going to win either one of them. You know, I can't exactly tell the future. But he's also trying to say that in his on his auction he'd said that he doesn't do combined shipping. Well, is it posted payments? I'm used to looking at my phone and not this. Yeah, basically, as you can see, does not mention anything about it. And basically, alright, that's fine, I'll pay the postage. I had no problems, but before I could really respond to him, he cancelled both the fucking items, saying I'd asked to cancel the transaction, which I didn't, which is fraud. As you can imagine, this was the only one I could find at the time. I was pretty pissed off, and I rang eBay and explained to this. I said, look, I have not asked him to cancel it. This is a false cancellation. Can you reinstate the transaction so that I can pay for it and I can get my item, hopefully? I think the guy would have completed the transaction because he's hardly not going to have accept the money. But they refused to do that. They basically refused to do fuck all about it, even though he clearly broken eBay's worthless fucking policy they wouldn't do anything. They say, oh, we can't do that. And I said, well, what am I supposed to do then? He's broken your policy. Oh, we'll deal with him. You know, and apparently I only found out recently a report was done. I didn't ask for a report at the time. I still don't know what happened with that report because eBay have been awkward over that. Because they'll tell you if a strike has been put on someone's account, if it's returns, if you open returns, but if you're asking over the phone, they won't do it, which is complete bullshit. If they can tell you for one, they can tell you for the other. And I'm not wanting specifics of like how many strikes the guy has. I'm just not wanting the result, you know, has there been a strike for this report that allegedly I made when I hadn't? So avoid this parasite, this buy me for you now arsehole. He doesn't like you asking questions and he'll cancel your transactions and eBay will do fuck all about it. Oh, and the little addendum. Actually, I was actually advised by eBay, leave him negative feedback. They took the negative feedback off. Now, they were giving me all sorts of excuses that the negative feedback was about the item, it was about the person in question. Well, the transaction didn't go ahead. That's how it had to be. But I didn't even do it that way. I covered my ass. Basically, they took it off by mistake and then refused to put it back on again. Apparently, there's no way to put it back on once they've taken it off, which is bullshit. You can go into that system and revert it and put it back on. You know, if you've made an error. Absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, you can see this prick. Out of interest, I wonder if he's actually selling it again. Because I did try to play the game bit and use my original eBay account, which is suddenly active again. But he worked out it was the same person, much to my annoyance, and blocked me. That might be the boiler person I'm waiting for. Great. But I think I can pause this. Just go through his items. Completed items. Yeah, he's not actually put it back on sale. Interesting. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to pause this for a second, and I shall be back. And we're back. Yeah, interesting enough, has not put it back on the sale. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But the other one. That's actually the other one that I won. I need to take off complete thingies. Pardon me. But yeah, no, interesting. Interesting. But we'll go on to the next one. Should be easy enough to do. So yeah, as I was saying, they did sod all about it, and then they wouldn't put the negative feedback back on his account that they admitted they took off wrongly. Listings. I have to find it this way because it's not that and the other one. Well, The other one is showing up on my account. This one doesn't for some asshole of a reason. But there we go. I just want you to just take a look at some of these prices that are coming up for things that have sold. Just, you know, take this into account. Don't need to worry about international sales at this point in time. Right, this is the item I was bidding on last week for my Star Wars collection, which, as I said, I'm going to do a video on. Right. Now look at the fucking price it went for. Ridiculous. Now what happened was I bid on this up to a certain amount. I was then outbid. I was actually outbid twice because I think top back I was going to pay was about 50, because that's about they roughly go for somewhere between 5 and 10 each, sometimes a bit more, well, between 5 and 15 pound each, I think. And this is basically it's 5 VHSs of Droids cartoon series from the 80s that pretty much is most of the first season episodes bar one, which is a bit annoying. And also you've got some of the Ewoks there as well, which, funnily enough, and I missed out on it, Ewoks, which is a bigger series, 2 seasons, about 34 episodes in total. Someone was selling I think at least 6 of the videos, which is the first season and half the second season, which is about all that was released that I know of. And another one of these Dairy Lee 1 episode things, £30. And that was buy it now price. And then you see what this is going for. Ridiculous. I think the seller had been shill bidding. Because as I said, I bid up to about 50. So 40, something like that. And then I got outbid. And then I went, well, I'll push it to 50. I was outbid again in quite succession. And it's just like, I bid again. And I was thinking, well, hang on, what's this guy bidding up to? And it got to 90. And I stopped. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? This is ridiculous. And I looked. Not that it shows you much information, but I was just thinking, you know, have I ended up getting a bidding war with someone? And this is a few days before I actually even finished. So it's not like it was someone trying to snipe it. Where is it? Shit. Oh, this is the original listing. I think I go further back. That's what we want. 29 bids. And this is where things got interesting. It doesn't actually show you them. Actually, in fact, this shows me better than what it's good to know. So where? So there was about. Yeah, that's interesting. Someone, they didn't win it, but that's who eBay claimed won it. So, okay. So was it OK that won it? Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, I've had this person that's bid this O *** K, which is the one that eventually won it. So went in at £9. He's outbid at 12, and that's when I came in. And these are automatic bids you're seeing. I went sort of up to 30, and then after that, this OK person went up by 10. I took it up to 50. he went up to 60. That's when I bid again. So he outbid me again at 70. And I went up again because I was trying to find out. And he jumps it to 90. Or to whatever it was in the end. But he jumps it by 30. And I think this seller is using a friend's account to try and, you know, hike the price up, to be quite honest with you. Because I'm not the only one he sort of bid it up quite a bit by, and then, you know, it got. Why would you go up to that for that price? All right, 70. It, you know, it's more than you want to pay, but all right, you're paying the higher end price for it. But even with that, even with the condition of the item, it's still not worth that. But all right, that's like the higher end of what they're worth. You never go up to 90. You know, I basically at this. Why do I keep pointing? You guys can't see me pointing. Essentially, I stopped bidding at 60, and then I just want to see how far had this motherfucker gone. And for some reason, I'd obviously got stitched up by eBay with this bloody thing of whoever bid before gets priority if you bid the same thing, which is just confusing, in all honesty. If I was outbid because his was up to 70, why suddenly is he then upped the bid? Why not stay at 70 if I've not outbid him? Very peculiar. Very peculiar. And I reported this to eBay at the weekend. I had to ring several times in the end because I either got cut off or they just weren't quite understanding the situation. But I was told to report it. I reported it, and that, you know, we do something about it before it ended, so that if we did get rid of this guy here, then you know, you'd then have a fair chance of bidding at it at a reasonable price. They did fuck all until Monday, and that took me till yesterday to find out, because I asked the question Sunday and didn't get very far because they were trying to bullshit me why they couldn't tell me. They didn't understand. I wasn't at that point after what they'd done. I just wanted to know, had they done anything before the auction had finished, because nothing had changed. And they didn't understand that, and that's why I asked to speak to a manager who never got back to me, and I had to chase it up several times. I ended up speaking to a supervisor yesterday that eventually told me, you know, we took it on, we started looking at it on the Friday we took your report, but you know, it wasn't finished until the Monday. Ridiculous. So again, I'm screwed out of a very rare item, and not for the first time, regardless of what the outcome is, which I found out today. It's ridiculous. From my understanding of what the manager I eventually spoke to today, which took 2 attempts and an hour on hold, they did fuck all because their system didn't pick up the shield bidding. Which is ridiculous because it wouldn't. Alright, you've got a system that will pick up odd bidding activity. However, it's not a foolproof system. It's not going to know the value of something. So it's not going to pick up a great fucking deal. But essentially, that's what they're saying. And refuse to give me compensation for, you know, screwing me out of the item. What they try to say, which is ludicrous and illegal, is when you sign up to the eBay policy or you sign up to an eBay account, you're opting out of compensation, which is illegal. Compensation is a statutory right for bad service, or, you know, if something has not happened that should have happened. You have a statutory right to it, which is why you have bodies that you can go to sort that out, like watchdogs and stuff, that sort of thing, and independent bodies. It's not something you can opt out to, but they don't understand that. eBay doesn't understand that. They try to be fucking sneaky. So yeah, 3 times now in the space of a year, eBay has screwed me over on items. Yeah, literally. Well, screwed me out of yeah, because of course the other thing I didn't mention with eBay took so long with the Operation Overdrive Battlefleet Megazord. I actually lost out on the spare part I could have bought from America. They took so long fucking about dealing with it when they didn't need to, because of the seller being in a position he couldn't do anything. I lost out on that item. So yes. However, with the flake truck, luckily I found another one on there a few weeks later, half the fucking price. So I was fortunate with that. As far as the Star Wars, I've been able to get one of the videos, which gives me the episode arc that I don't have on DVD, because it was released in DVD sort of, but I won't get into that in this video. So it gives me that, but the others are, you know, I haven't seen up there. And even, as I said, they're not actually worth that much. Even the Dairy Lee mail away one episode, you see it on there, £7.50, something like that. It's not an expensive video. It's not up there with Muppet Babies, and which is really expensive, and Princess Trust. They can go for a pretty penny sometimes, or people think they do. I'm having a problem with one at the moment that I was trying to get a Princess Trust, but I put in a couple of offers. He rejected one, couldn't be bothered to do fuck all with the other, has done fuck all with the most recent one. And alright, the first one was, well, slightly cheeky, but his asking price was £4, and it was an auction as well. And I essentially did it. I did it, the first one, for £4, because I thought, oh, perhaps he might want a quick sale. He didn't, so I did it a bit more. I did it to 6 or 7. Ignored it. I've done 10, and I'm still waiting for him to get back to me. 10's probably a good price for it. You're not going to get some of the silly prices they go on there for. And the way VHS is valued is just weird. I mean, you think Droids, having never had a proper series release on DVD, whereas Muppet Babies did, just not over here that I'm aware of. But then if you can find the DVD set, it goes ridiculous fucking price. Or stuff like Spider-Man 1976 series. That's another one that goes for quite high money. Just because it's never got a proper release, and it should have one. And the only thing that had a proper release is the two of the 3 movies, Spider-Man Strikes Back and Spider-Man the Dragon's Challenge, which have put Spider-Man the movie on it. When the first one is called Spider-Man the movie, it confuses things. You think it's a double video, and it's not. But they can go, well, the double one with both of them on about a tenner. Individual ones can go between 4 and 15. The main one, the pilot movie, goes for silly money, because I don't think it had a proper UK release. I think it was only released to rental shops type job, because you rarely see it. And when you do, even in shitty condition, I've seen one of them. I doubt they'll sell it for that, but they're still wanting in the region of 60 quid, which is, it's ridiculous. It's bloody, the cover is, well, I'll find it for you in a second. First of all, though, I just want you this. I know you can't see a proper thing, but if that comes up in your bidding, if you're a seller, block the fucking thing, because it's not a legit account. And this person that is being a cunt, if I just go back, so you can avoid him like the fucking plague, is this guy, Suff 4823. As I said, I would name and shame these. I did with the first one. I'm doing it with these. Well, that's odd. Well, it is the same account, but it's a completely different name to what was coming up, because the other one, that is odd. Comes up as O star 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 K 167. If you look at the feedback, underscore star 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 W, which it's come up before on the bidding. This is some sort of hacked account that he's now obviously using to get fake fucking feedback as well. It is odd. I think the other one that's now shown up is the one they told me of the phone, which made no sense. That is really, really odd. Anyway, avoid that account, whichever way it comes up, and avoid this cunt, F4823, because he's a cunt. Go back to what I want to show you. Let's see if I can find it. This gives you an idea of what these go for. Where is this particular one about? It's the only one I've actually seen. Oh, I don't know what that one is. Ah, it's the Japanese version of it. Not Japanese series. The movie over there. Where the fuck is it? There's that. I don't quite know which episodes that is, but that's not a UK release. Bloody hell. That is annoying. I cannot find it. So it's Spider-Man the movie at the top, and then Spider-Man Strikes Back. You think it's two films? It isn't. I think it's just the one. From what I've looked at it and the running time. I mean, they're not actually movies anyway, they're episodes. They are 2-part episodes put together. Oh, unless it was check stuff. Go. She used to doing this on a bloody mobile. Oh, and now it's being an absolute cunt, not doing what I wanted to do. Thank you. Is that? Oh, I see it ended and bought it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, I don't know that price. Do you not get this? It's either been taken off for some strange reason. It's really badly listed. Right. The only other thing I can do is sometimes if you put video over the VHS you get the things. Or you get shit that's not even a fucking video. Oh, it kept the film. It needs to do that. This doesn't always work. Sometimes, like with one of the Star Wars ones, I thought, yeah, video and VHS on it, it would only come up on the video. Very strange. Oh, was that it? Was that it? Did I just spot it? No. Ah, it's annoying now. Yeah, basically it's the top part of the cover is missing and it's sun damaged to hell. and I think it was around about 60 quid. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I don't quite know how long it is. Fuck me, 35 minutes. Yeah. As I said, I will be back with this Star Wars video that will be on, I imagine, my wife's channel and then this one, because we sort of do bits together on her channel. I will do more content on here. The other reason I hadn't for a while is because I was also looking at doing another YouTube project that at this point in time keeps stalling, and I sort of at the time put mine on the burner, on the back burner, while that was being sorted. But with current situation and the fact it just keeps stalling for one reason or another, I'm going to go back to doing stuff with this channel, but obviously I won't do stuff related to that project, if that makes any sense. As far as eBay goes, use them at your own risk, and knowing that if you do have a problem, you're either going to get screwed over or you're going to have to wage a war with them to get things done. Because the only way they seem to listen is if you shout at them and you get really pissed off with them. That's the only way that I've managed to do it. Let's just let me switch back to camera. I was just going to sod it all up. Alright, no, leave that bit. Yeah, essentially, if you do have problems, the only way they're going to get fixed is if you actually get pissed off with someone and scared the shit out of them. You shouldn't have to do it, but that's the only way it works. Or it would appear to. And as far as feedback goes, they don't even go by their own policies that well, but feedback is actually worthless. But, you know, if you feel like it, leave feedback. I haven't for a while, but then I'm quite crap at doing it anyway. But, you know, as and when I feel like doing it, it's not a necessity because it's worthless. They won't deal with issues when they've made them. So you're never exactly going to know how good a salad's going to be because you don't know what's been taken off of them. And even the guy who, with the Power Ranger stuff, he got a strike taken off of his account and the feedback removed when he shouldn't have, within days. It's made it pointless. How are you meant to know a seller is any good if eBay keeps fucking about and removing stuff for no reason when they shouldn't do? Fuck you, eBay. And ta-ta for now.